Hello, everyone. Diana Rankin here, along with little Piper, who, as you can see, is sound asleep. Well, hello, Sheila and Piper. I hope you're doing well, she says. And I'm saying, thank you. I hope you're doing well, Sheila. I know you've got an illness that you've got to deal with, and I'm so sorry. And we're sending you lots of love and we're sending you lots of healing energy. So hang in there, girl. And I hope it's a little warmer in Amsterdam than it is here in Ohio today, but I kind of doubt that it is. Juliet says, good afternoon, Diana, and happy Friday, everyone. Well, thank you, Juliet. Glad you could make it with us as well. And we're going to get into one of our viewers' questions. And it's listen to that very last sentence. It's that last sentence that Phillip says that really, that's the one that got me. So make sure you listen to that. We are going to get a message, of course, from one of my books. It's the Master's Book of Answers by Phillip. And as you know, it's just an oracle book. So we will be sure and get a message today from Phillip. If I forget, tell me, because I have been known to forget that. So I'll just hold it real close. How's that? All right. We're going to get right into our question from a viewer, and I thank you, viewer, for this question. I thought it was a good question. Again, if you have questions of an esoteric nature, just put them in the comments below or email me or however you want. My email address is on my website, and my website is just my name, and all that information is just in the information right below us here. If you have private questions, get a hold of me and we will set up a private reading for you. We do Sacred Circle once a month, and it's the third Friday. It used to be the fourth Friday, and that just got a little bit much, but it's the third Friday of every month, and you can find out more about that on my website as well. So here we go. It has been taught that we may heal not only our wounds, but those of our ancestors. Would Phillip explain in more detail how this works? Isn't each soul responsible for their own healing? If so, how can we heal the wounds of another? And we can. And, I want to say, whether our wounds are emotional or physical, they're usually both. We take on the wounds of the ancestors often. And it isn't that if we're ill, we've done something wrong. Not at all. The illness is there that we may have taken that on to heal other people and to really understand the depth of the horror of being sick all the time, or even for a short while. So this will help you understand healers a little bit better. So here we go. We begin with a resounding yes. I'm sorry, I do need to stop a minute. When I'm looking at the screen, everything looks perfect to me, but I noticed a couple of times if I've gone back and kind of briefly looked at the video, I don't like to look at them because I'm looking at myself, staring at myself, but I have noticed some waviness. And a while back, someone told me to clean the camera lens. It's not the camera lens. I'm happy to do that all the time, but it's not that. The problem is I live in a rural area, and if there are any winds, which we're having again today, high winds, and I'm in a woods, so the signals are not always the best. So let's go back, shall we? Phillip says, we begin with a resounding yes, that each being is absolutely responsible for their own healing. No one can heal another without that being accepting the healing energy coming to them and using it to help them heal. Even the greatest of healers are simply the channel for healing. The healing energy travels through the healer in an organized and concentrated form to the being who receives it, allowing the healing to take place. I want to tell you a quick story. This goes back several years, and a woman came to me and said, my leg hurts, can you heal it? And we did some energy work on it. And she said, it's healed, that's a miracle. And I said, well, you accepted it. So 3 days later, she called me and she said, it hurts again. You didn't heal it. And I said, well, why'd you take the pain back? There's a reason we have pain. There's a reason we have an illness. There's a reason. And we need to look underneath the surface reasons and keep diving deeper into what is that about. And I think if we're in ancestral healing, it's often that we are healing ourselves so we can help heal others. But what Phillip says is we are not responsible for the healing. We are just the channels that the energy moves through, the person accepting the healing. Ancestor, yourself, right next door, friend, whatever, that person has to be able to accept it. And it's not for us to judge why they do or do not. They may be accepting the healing, but also need to hold on to the illness for deeper reasons, including ancestral healing. So let's go on. The healer is responsible only for being a responsible channel and using the energy appropriately. The recipient is responsible for the healing, which requires accepting the energy and clearing the issues that create the wound. This speaks to the emotional wound as well as any physical wound. Please notice we have said being, which means we speak of humans, animals, and even earth. Now that this is stated, we will speak directly to the question at hand. Again, I just want to emphasize there is nothing wrong with being ill. That's not what Phillip or what I'm saying. What we are saying is there's a purpose for it. And if you are a healer, we never know the purpose that the other person needs to take on an illness. If that's their reason. So if they take on an illness and we do healing on them and the healing doesn't work, that simply means either, number one, they're rejecting it for whatever reason, or number two, they have deeper reasons that we have no idea of why they've taken on this illness or wound or whatever. Okay? So never judge why somebody is ill. While mentally, emotionally, physically, never judge. We never know. While in spirit, every soul chooses the outline of their life they will experience on earth. To simplify, we will speak of humans now, but you are to know the information applies to all species. As one comes into Earth's dimension as a new soul, they are innocent. Even though they have watched Earth beings, they are unable to understand pain until experience in human life. As humans experience pain, they come to know fear, anger, and other emotions that cause them to seek out others for help. Since like energy attracts like energy, they will come together with other humans who are also in pain. Thus, the pain deepens. This pain is taken inward and saddens the person. It is also expressed outwardly and causes pain to others. This is not to say the human does not experience love and joy. It is to say the pain is keeping the person caught in the fear-based emotion in depth, while the love-based emotions are shallow. The pain must be healed to live fully in love, which brings joy. When one lives in love, one recognizes fear and anger and is able to heal quickly. When one lives in love, one recognizes fear and anger and is able to heal that fear and anger quickly. As one heals, their energy shifts to love, peace, joy. Their energy unfolds into like energy, which then strengthens the love energy. As the loving energy increases, the fear energy decreases. Anyone in spirit world or from a past or future life may tap into the loving energy and use it to heal. I want to again stop and give you a personal note here. Years ago, maybe 15 or 16 years ago, I had a motorcycle spill. And I know people don't think I look like a motorcycle rider, but I love the wind in the hair. With the motorcycle spill, I didn't get back home for a couple of months. And even after I did get back home after 2 months, I still wasn't able to do a whole lot and get up and around. It was one of the most peaceful spiritual times of my life because I was forced to stop the day-to-day work routine. I was forced to stop concentrating on everybody else and concentrate just on me. So illness, accidents, pain, it all has a really deeper meaning if we allow it to. So here we go again. Phillip says, once a human becomes aware they are healing, they may choose to be the channel to send healing energy to others. This may include ancestors they may or may not know. It is then up to the ancestors whether or not to accept the healing energy. And again, there are many reasons to accept and many reasons to not accept. The healer is merely creating a pathway of healing. They are not responsible for who chooses to accept the healing energy. To create a pathway of healing, the human mind must be aware of and work to heal their wounds. The deeper the wound, the deeper the healing. Healing a wound may take many lifetimes or may take only one. The soul chooses what to experience. Those who knowingly choose to be aware they are healers are usually old souls who have experienced pain through multiple lifetimes. They are aware of pain as well as they are aware of joy. We're coming to that last sentence. They have chosen this life to experience a deep wound that they may heal the wound and in doing so help to heal others, some of whom we call the ancestors and may have been them, the healer in this life experience. You may be healing yourself, is what Phillip is saying here. As you heal the person who you think of as an ancestor or the ancestors in general, that may be you, or at least some of them may be you. And it can be more than one lifetime. Remember, we live in multiple dimensions. We live in multiple lifetimes. Life is so much bigger than we are aware of. And our minds, our human minds, can't comprehend it. We just can't. We would go absolutely crazy if we tried. We can comprehend this much of this much. How's that? And I don't want to say go crazy if we tried, because we want to grow. We want to learn, but we can't explode. Hello, Gaida. She says, have a wonderful day, everyone. Hello from Gaida in Woodridge, Illinois, USA. And Juliet says, Friday, everyone. And the sun is out where I am. It's cold, but the sun is out. So here we go. The Master's Book of Answers by Phillip. And we're just going to open to any page. I am hearing left. If you heard left, we're in sync. If you heard right, pay attention. That's a message you need to know. This is page 32. The way of war is not the way of peace. The way of war is not the way of peace. That came up, and it doesn't seem to have a whole lot to do with our message, but it does. But it also, I will tell you, between reading Phillip's words and saying hello to everyone who checked in, my mind was also going on next Monday, which is the inauguration of a new president in the US. And I need all of you who hear the sound of my voice to keep our world in light. Keep our world in light. Surround it, infuse it, be the light for others. Because the way of war is not the way of peace. If you heard right, that's page 33. Life is for living. Life is for living. And I think that has to do with what's happening in the US, which is affecting the world. So I'm going to get another message that has to do with what Phillip is saying here. And I could be wrong. This is page 74. And it is left is once you understand yourself, you will be better able to understand another. Once you understand yourself, you will be better able to understand another. And I think that fits a little bit more of our message. But if you heard right, as you think, so you create. As you think, so you create. You know, I had a conversation. Sheila says, thank you, Diana. And she says, remove you cheating, haha. I'm not sure what that means, Sheila. Sorry. But I had a conversation this morning with an old friend that I hadn't talked to for some time. But she's like one of those sisters that, you know, or brothers or close friends that you may not see or talk to for years, and then all of it, or months or weeks, and then all of a sudden you get a chance to talk, and there it is. When you get that chance to talk, it's like you've never left each other, never had time between. And Sheila says a third message. Gilda says praying for the healing of our planet. Absolutely. Sheila, I'm so sorry. I don't understand. Okay, so what she's saying is, are you cheating? Ha. A third message. Remove you cheating. Ha. I'm sorry, my sorry, Sheila, not getting it. Forgive me. And what we were talking about, Juliet says, I think she was joking that you were cheating by getting a second message from the book. Okay, thank you. See, I need someone smarter than me to interpret for me, so thank you. And Sheila says, no, first message was wrong spelling. Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha, Sheila. Good. And she says, haha, yes. So Juliet was right there. All right, thank you. Yeah, we cheat a little bit sometimes. Anyway, in talking to my friend this morning, she was telling me about a book she had just read. And we were talking about how we get it intellectually, but it takes sometimes years, maybe even lifetimes, to really get it. And when we do, it's like everything just clicks into place. And we were talking about how we create our own world. And I think what came out of that for me is, yes, we do create our own world, but it seems we forget that this isn't solid. It is solid as we know it, but this is also made of energy. I'm made of energy. You're made of energy. The world is made of energy. Everything is energy, and like attracts like. So what's hard for us to understand is, yes, we see what's happening in the world, and we don't recognize that we don't have to be a part of that ugliness. We choose to be a part of the light. And Sheila says, yes, let's celebrate a new world. Absolutely. But let's celebrate a world of peace and love, honor, kindness, not a world of meanness, not a world of a lot of what the about to be inducted president of the US will stand for. Let's override that with our minds and create peace and love, goodness and kindness. And that, my friends, is not only how we heal our wounds, it's a start. We have to go deeper than that, but it's a start. But we heal the ancestors. And we create a future for those we love. We can do this together. I have clients all over the world, and Sheila, as many of you know, is from Amsterdam. So she's not a US citizen. I think the rest of us on here today are. And Juliet says, beautiful, thank you. We can see what other people are going through. We can see the fray, but we don't have to be a part of it. We are creating our own world. Let's create a world of peace and love, kindness, empathy, generosity. I love you, my friends. I love you. Let's all be the beacons of light It's not to say ignore what's taking place, but don't be dragged down into it. Be above it. It's not to say don't be kind to those who are down in the fray. Be kind. Help lift them up. Sheila says, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you. And by the way, everyone, Sheila, Juliet, Gilda, you are all helping to heal the ancestors. That is not an easy path, but it is your path. It is my path. And most likely, for many of you who are listening to the sound of my voice or watching this video, you too are ancestral healers. We can do this. Until the next time, I love you. See you soon. I love you.